This just in. Elon Musk attended his first cabinet meeting with the president. And I want you to hear this individual who called federal employees incompetent, who degraded us. And I say us because I was once one, degraded us. Let's go.
Mr. Musks, roughly 1 million employees.
It's not a high bar, guys. Come on.
Roughly 1 million employees have responded so far to this email. Does that mean that the remaining 1 million or so federal employees now risk being terminated? And is it your understanding and expectation when you post a directive on X that the cabinet secretaries will follow that order? Because several agencies have instructed employees that this is voluntary or not to respond.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I guess it was like last week, the president encouraged me via Truth Social and also via phone call to be more aggressive. And I was like, okay, yes, sir, Mr. President, we'll indeed do that. The president is the commander in chief. I do what the president asks. And I said, can we send out an email to everyone just saying what did you get done last week? The president said yes, so it did that. We got a partial response. We're going to send another email. But our goal is not to be capricious or unfair. We want to give people every opportunity to send an email. And the email could simply be, what I'm working on is too sensitive or classified to describe. Like literally just, that would be sufficient. I think this is just common sense.
And what is your target number for how many workers, employees you're looking to cut total?
We wish to keep everyone who is doing a job that is essential and doing that job well. But if the job is not essential or they're not doing the job well, they obviously should not be on the public payroll.
I'd like to add that those million people that haven't responded, though, Elon, they are on the bubble. I wouldn't say that we're thrilled about it. They haven't responded. Now, maybe they don't exist. Maybe we're paying people that don't exist. Don't forget, we just got here. This group just got here. But those people are on the bubble, as they say. Maybe they're going to be gone. Maybe they're not around. Maybe they have other jobs. Maybe.
Let me tell you how much of a lie that is. Okay, because as a human resources professional in the federal government, when a person gets ready to retire, go to another agency, whether it be intern, they have to process the paperwork in HR, and it stops their pay. Are there maybe some hits and misses maybe somewhere? Maybe. But not to the magnitude that he's talking about. That is unreal. Talking about they're on the bubble. On the bubble of what? Especially if you're doing your job. What? If you're doing your job, thus you get a performance appraisal that indicates that. And you hear Mr. Musk dancing around. You're bullying people. Not to be capricious. The hell you say. The hell you say. This was just an opportunity for people to say what they... How about they were working? How about you send this bullcrap out and people don't know if they're going to or fro and you want them to do the job? But again, this is the same, again, like I said, the psychological warfare that is evident that you did with the Twitter folk. And let's listen to something else because again, you all want to sit here and say, well, I voted for this. Okay, you did. But the man lied. He lied. Let's go. Listen to this.
I will not cut one penny from Social Security or Medicare, which Joe Biden is destroying by letting millions of people come into our country. He's destroying Medicare and Social Security. I will keep that promise for 4 straight years, and I will keep it again. Don't forget, for 4 years, I didn't do anything with Social Security. Other people would have. We're going to make our country rich again. We're going to make our country great again, and we're not going to do it by cutting Social Security. By contrast, Joe Biden has cut Medicare Advantage for the last 2 years. Did you know that? He's cut your Medicare Advantage, which is a total betrayal of seniors. And just check, you'll see it. He has cut you down for 2 years straight. I will not cut 1 penny from Social Security or Medicare.
Okay, so, but now the bill that was confirmed yesterday, 99% of House Republicans voted tonight to gut Medicaid and food stamp programs for the poor so they could give the richest 1% another tax cut that they don't need. Now, those of you say, well, he's not cutting Social Security. But let me tell you something, like I said before. Everybody knows who's been in the federal government or who has needed Social Security benefits knows that Social Security Administration is already understaffed. So you may not be cutting the Social Security programs, but if you're cutting the staff, that means the longer times for people to get their claims processed. Duh. And let me tell you something. When we talk about SNAP benefits and stuff like that, I was a kid who, my mother was a single mom raising 2 kids, 2 girls. And I remember, and my mom worked several jobs. And I remember being embarrassed because we had to have free lunch. And it wasn't because my mother wasn't working. She was working 2, sometimes 3 jobs. As a matter of fact, me and my sister were helping her clean buildings at night. So I understand what these people need. Now, yeah, there's some people that are just lazy and not trying to do it. I ain't talking about them, because that's not the majority. I'm talking about senior citizens like my mom, like my dad, like my aunt. Yeah, I get choked up because I've been one of those people. I've been a kid, and also I've been a mom before I went on active duty who needed food stamps, who needed WIC before I got my commission, like I said, and didn't need them anymore. So yeah, it's personal for me. And people say, well, it's not affecting you, so why do you care? Because I care about people. Period. It doesn't have to affect me directly for me to give a damn. Okay, one more thing, correction. HR processes the paperwork and works with payroll to cut the last check, take out whatever is owed, issue leave, those kinds of things. So it's not like people just walk off and they still getting paid. And if it does happen, I bet you it's less than 1%. Not what they talking about.